What's going on, y'all? Welcome to my new channel. It's called Bo and the Bible. I'm still new to this whole YouTube thing, so we're going to try it out and see how it goes. From this video starting, we're going to go get all my spots set up because bow season opens up pretty soon, so we're going to see what all we can get done and see if we can get everything ready. We just got a good little rain here in town. It's kind of one of those weird rainy days where there's like one cloud that rains and all that. So we'll see if we can keep the truck as clean as we can. But hey, I mean, it's part of it. So let's see what we can get done. We're fixing to head to Walmart. Gonna grab some feed, some corn. Got to get a new camera because one of my spots I do not have. Only got 2 cameras and I've got 3 spots, maybe 4. So we're gonna have to get another camera. So we're gonna head and get that now. Gonna pick up some feed and I'll see y'all after we do that. Alright, y'all, so the Walmart haul is done. We got 3 bags of corn, 1 for each spot. Had to pick up some batteries for so I can make sure the cameras are running good. The camera I decided to get, the spot that I'm going to put this in is a little more of a remote spot. So if I put a regular like SD camera out there, it would be kind of hard to run, and I wouldn't have very updated pictures. And I already have one camera that's a SD at one of my more urban spots that's real close. So I kind of just use that one there because I can, slip in and out really quick. And I only have 2 cards, so I can swap the cards out. And, it's just more efficient to use those when you can access them easier. So right now, while the channel's still small and I'm growing it, I'm trying to keep things as frugal as possible while still getting the job done. So I decided to grab one of these Moultrie Edges. Not the Edge 2, not the new Edge Pro, just the regular old Edge. It was on sale for $50. I mean, that's a steal. I mean, if I would have bought a new SD card and a new camera that was non-cellular, it would have been close to the same price as this thing. So, I mean, I can get it sent straight to my phone for low cost. I mean, it was obviously the move. So, we're going to head back to the house. I'm going to get this set up, get the plan active, and then we're going to head south to my spot. It's a place from a church friend that I got. It's a 180-acre property. It's pretty remote. It's probably about a 20-minute drive outside of town. So to regularly check with the SD card, like I said, it's not very practical in a sense. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna head home, get this set up so I can get that out there. I had a camera out there earlier this year around January, but I never really had anything but does show up. But I mean, I never had corn out there for very long. And that property, as big as it is, hasn't been hunted in, I don't think, 20 years is what he told me. So, I mean, there's no telling what's liable to be out there. So, and the landowner, back when he did hunt it, So he killed a really nice deer on it. So we'll see if we can have that kind of luck. Maybe there's been some big ones. I went shed hunting and kind of scouting out there a little bit earlier this year. Found my first ever antler shed out there. So it's got that going for it. So we're gonna head on back to the house, get this camera set up, and see what we can get happening. And don't forget, you gotta have the essentials. Milo 0 calorie tea, I'm telling you, tastes like the real thing. No calories. It's the way to go. All right, y'all, we got the camera set up. We're fixing to head south. We got about a 20-minute drive ahead of us. She's all ready to go. The spot is on a high line, and it was recently kind of clear-cutted not too long ago, but enough to where the trees are like as tall as I am. They're taller than me. I think they're probably about 8. I guess 8 foot is probably an accurate description of how tall they are, but you'll see when we get there, it's right off the highway. So there's kind of some trash because, you know, people throw stuff out their window all the time. So there's a creek that runs through there. It's a really cool spot. I'll probably bust out the rifle some out there. Mostly bow hunt, which is mostly what I do, but I might stick a blind or something out there. I'm not real sure exactly what I'm gonna hunt out of, but I know for sure I'll definitely hunt out there some, especially once we find out what's out there. But got my binos, gonna make a couple scouting stops on the way home, see if we can maybe see any deer, maybe find some potential spots for other deer or next year or whatever. So we're fixing to head out. I'll see y'all when we get there. All right, y'all, so we made it. 20 minutes later, we are at the spot. It's pretty grown up since the last time I've been here, so I'm glad I got my boots. Probably gonna get into some bugs. Oh well, it's part of it, I guess. Here's the little entryway here. Not sure how well you can see that, but it's gonna be quite the trek through the tall grass. So I'll get some shots on my way in. I'll show y'all kind of the high line area that I'm looking at setting up at, and the highway is literally right behind me. So there's a lot of traffic going by, so I'll see y'all when I get out there. All right, y'all, so we are on the way in. Here's the creek I was talking about at the beginning here of the property. It's kind of dry now. Last time it was here, there was like a little waterfall there, but we're gonna slowly make our way in. There's liable to be some deer that we spook up out here because nobody's been out here in months, and there's pretty low pressure, so we might see some going in. All right, guys, so we made it to the high line. The bugs are pretty bad out here, but it looks pretty good. I'll give y'all a little view. See if I can turn this camera around. So here's the high line. So the trail that keeps going that way. Property line that way. There's another guy that hunts there. I'm not sure how often he hunts. That's where we came from, but we're looking to set up somewhere down here. There's a creek that runs through there where those woods start. And I feel like it'll be pretty money for when the season gets here, because there'll be a lot of stuff coming through here. So we're gonna make our way down there. We'll set our feed and our camera up, and I'll see y'all there. All right, y'all, so we finally made it to where we're gonna put the feed. Took a lot longer of a walk than what I thought it would because I didn't realize how thick it was and I had to find a tree to put it on. So I'll show you kind of the area where we're at. And I'm sweating, kind of tired, walked a while carrying that bag of corn. I need to get one of those bags you can just pour the corn and wear on a backpack so I'm not carrying it by hand the whole time. But I kind of show y'all around. I had to clear a little spot off of a small pine tree. I think this will be a good spot to maybe set up. So we'll see. I'll show y'all. Okay, so here's a little visual how far we came. Down there, I'm not sure how far that is, but that's where we came in. All this was too thick to go through. None of those trees were big enough to put a camera on. So this little pine tree here is the first tree that I came to. Had to clear some branches out of the way, but it'll be kind of looking at an angle. Right out here, I'll put the corn there. Hopefully there'll be some good traffic coming through here. Setup wise, may just put a stick of ground blind there and bow hunt, gun hunt out of it, whatever comes. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera set up and this should be a good little spot. All right, so everything is set up and ready to go. Got my corn pile, got my camera set up with the trusty stick. Gonna get in here and turn this thing on. Make sure it's working nice and good. I mean, the perfect stick was literally sitting right here, so it's definitely meant to be that I hunt this spot. Hopefully we can get some signal. We'll see if it lets us get some signal. Should. I haven't had issues getting it before out here, but time will tell, I guess. So, all right, y'all. So we got the camera set up. It connected pretty good. So we're on our way back. We're gonna make the long trek back. Good thing is the breeze is picking up out here and it's getting a little bit later in the day, so it's getting a little bit cooler and I don't have, now all the corn's on the ground instead of my hands, so the walk back's gonna be a lot more enjoyable, but I'll see y'all when we get back to the truck. Whew, okay. So we made it back to the truck, y'all. Golly, that was a good little workout. But I had two people honk at me driving by. I don't know if they saw the corn. It was like, hey, that's a deer hunter. I hunt too, let me honk at him. I don't know, they might know me. I'm from a small town, so there's no telling, to be honest with you. But we're finna head on back. It's 5:30 in the afternoon. I may go set up, put some corn out and everything at my urban spot, but might not. I may save that for another video, we'll see. But we got everything set up out here. Hopefully we'll get some pictures soon. The signal's okay. My app says it's fair, which, hey, as long as it sends me the pictures, I'm fine. I don't really care that much. I just want to see what's out here. With it not being season yet, it's not really that big of a deal. As long as I can see what's out here, if there's something worth coming after, then you best believe I'll be out here. But at our lease, we have an 800-acre lease. I've got several big ones out there, several real mature deer. One I've had on camera for about 3 years now. So it goes a semi. But okay, yeah, I was talking about my lease. So I'll try to throw some pictures of trail cam pics of them on there. If they don't pop up, it's because I couldn't figure out how to get them on there. I'm still new editing this. I'm filming this all on my phone. I'm using like CapCut, a free app, to edit this. So, I mean, very budget, very beginner video setup, but I'll try to throw some pictures of the deer on camera that I have out there. I have a trough feeder out there that I'll be using because there's a really bad pig problem there, and those pigs don't bother the trough at all. They don't mess with it, they just go right on by it. So I think that was a good investment for sure, and it keeps the whatever feed I have there, it keeps it nice and fresh when it rains and stuff because it's got a lid on it. So we're gonna head on back. We may stop by a place that I think there might be some deer at that we might can check out with our binos. I've never really seen deer there, but it's a place that I think there could be if you go at the right time. It's a big open pasture and everything, not too much going on around it, so I feel like a deer would be pretty comfortable there. But so we're gonna head on back, and I'll see y'all wherever we end up. Okay, y'all, so we made it to the spot, and there's actually some deer out here. It looks like just a doe, maybe. I can't fully tell. Real big bodied doe for sure though, if it is a doe. There's another deer behind it. Can't really tell what it is either. I'll see if I can flip the camera around, maybe scoot up a little bit, see if it'll look my way. But I had a feeling, if I can hold this straight, I had a feeling there would be some deer out here. I think I pulled up too far. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. Okay. Got it set up. Looks like a doe, but we'll see. Looks like it's just a couple does. Kind of in a little shady spot. Let me adjust this. I'm gonna loop around and check some other spots because this is a massive area. So, I mean, I'm not sure how many acres this is, but it's a huge property. So I'm gonna kind of roll over here. I don't see any other deer with those does. There might be one down there. Let me see. Pull up a hair. Yeah, it looks like it's just those does down there. I'm gonna pull down here, kind of loop around and see if there may be anything else on like another part of the field, and I'll check in with y'all in a second. So, unfortunately, there aren't any more deer out here. That's all I was able to see was the does. So we're gonna head on back. I'm gonna see if I want to go out and set up my little urban spot. Not for sure if we're gonna do that or not yet, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on back and see y'all there. What's up, y'all? So yesterday I forgot was Wednesday and completely forgot that it was a Wednesday. And so we had church, and I got back home right in time to leave to head to church. So I wasn't able to set up my urban spot any yesterday, but I'm out here walking around now, taking my dog on a walk out here in the woods. So I think I may wait to put feed out at my lease spot until closer to the season starts, since we're almost there, and like may wait till the week that it starts and then put it out like on a Wednesday or Thursday, so that way it gives them a few days to kind of come in. But you don't want to do it too early, because by the time season starts, they will have cleared all the feed out of there, and then you won't have any feed in there really when you're sitting to start. So I kind of want to time it just right where I can have some feed in there for a few days, and they're just now coming back to it knowing it's there when we get to that point. So that's kind of what I'm going for. That's the plan there. So I'm gonna have to go pick up another ground blind, because I only have one, and I plan to hunt out of a blind potentially here. I have a saddle, hadn't got really familiar with how to use that one yet. Just got the tethered saddle. Spider webs everywhere out here. But so yeah, I'm gonna go pick up a blind soon. I'm gonna move one out here that I have set up already at another spot. I think I found a better spot where I'll be able to get within deer easier, and it's like in a more covered area where they like to travel. So I think I'll have more activity there, especially in the daytime, because they'll feel more comfortable. But so that's kind of the itinerary to finish setting everything up for the season. I may try to get another spot at some point for bow, and I may can set my saddle up there. I got another guy I know, he's had some pretty big deer on his place for a few years now, so that's always an option too. So we'll have to go figure that out. But so just a little update. It's the next day. It's now Thursday. Probably maybe sometime this afternoon I can go and get the setup out here set up, because I've got work and class to go to. So when I get off of work, I can probably come back out here and set up move my blind and get my camera and everything ready out here. So see if we got anything started. Activity out here really doesn't pick up until the rut starts. There will be a few bucks that'll come in that'll sometimes home range around here, but this place holds does year round, and so when the rut starts, that's when all the bucks mainly start coming in. But you never know. So we're gonna get this set up out here later this evening, and I'll see y'all when we get out here and set it up. All right, y'all. So we're headed out to go get my little urban spot set up. It's a nice and cloudy day. The weather's perfect. Heading out on the wheeler. I'll see y'all out there. All right, y'all. So we made it to the spot. I have my blind and my camera set up at a spot that I was gonna hunt at out here, but I decided that there's a better spot I can get in. So I'm gonna grab my camera. I've got a Wild Game Innovations SD camera out here. It's a pretty good camera, I like it. It's got like a little digital screen on it that's super user friendly and stuff. The only disclaimer is the instructions for putting the batteries in on it were wrong. So I had some trouble figuring that out at first. But other than that, it wasn't bad. But this is my blind setup we got here. I'm thinking about moving it to a different spot, maybe, because there's not really I don't know. This really isn't the best spot. I don't think it might work. You never know. ideally, it's kind of a hard guess. There's so many good spots on this property. It's going to be kind of difficult to find one that's, you know, just checks all the boxes. The good thing about right here is that there's low access. So I can get in here without spooking deer up. And when I hunted out here in the past, there was a bad problem with me spooking deer because there would be, and it was before daylight, always. And I would come in here and there'd already be deer on the corn or whatever because the deer are plentiful out here. So I would, I'd always spook up a deer and it would always just create chaos for the hunt. So, ideally, I wanted to walk through the stick stuff here. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's like a little path right here that leads right up to the blind. I think I might keep that set up. It looks pretty good. So we're just gonna go ahead and dump some corn out right out here, get the camera back going. I got an SD card on me. The camera's really good on batteries too, so it lasts good. But so basically, I'll probably get some more sticks and limbs to cover it up, but I'll flip the camera around and show y'all some kind of the area, what it looks like. So here's the other angle. Here's the blind. There's the path I want to walk through. So the way I have it set up is I have potential shots from deer coming this way, maybe down this lane. But the main one that I was going for was just right out here, kind of where that grass is growing right there. It's about 20 yards, maybe a little past that would be 30. But I've been putting my corn right here, and that's where most of the deer are coming from. You can see some of my old cotton seeds that they didn't eat that are there, but yeah, I think this will be a pretty solid spot actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump the corn out and get this thing ready. Okay, so we got our corn out nice and spread out. I'm gonna go head over here and get our camera set up. Just pop this thing open, and then you see it's got different modes that are already preset built into it, like it's Q1 down to Q3, and then there's a custom one. So it's got like Q1 is like just regular picture, and then there's Q2, I'm not sure what that one is. I think Q3 is video mode, but I have it on custom because that's where you can change the date and stuff, and I think it's mostly custom. You can make it picture or video, and then you can change the date and stuff on it. So I have the date up to date on there and that. So we already got batteries in it, so we're just gonna pop in the SD card and you just flip it down to custom at the bottom, and it pops up, gives you a countdown, and then it'll make a clicking noise when it's ready. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's ready to go. Just latch it back up and we're ready to go. What's up, y'all? It's Monday, the week of opening day. I'm beyond excited. Got some huge deer on camera that I hopefully will show up Saturday, which will be nice. So we're fixing to go get my main spot ready. We may potentially have another spot where there's also a rumor to be a big deer. You know how rumors go. You never know, because you never know how well people gauge the deer they see. But so we're gonna get our spot ready. I got some rice bran and some corn. Should be like 70 pounds of feed, so surely that'll last 6 days, I hope, because it was kind of expensive, but anyways, we'll see. So that's where we're finna head now. I'll see y'all there. All right, y'all, so we made it. This is kind of the whole area. Golly, it's bright out here. It's our deer lease we got. It's a lot of acreage. There's like 1 million horseflies out here. If you look on top of the blind, they're just swarming it. So we're gonna go head out to my spot and get everything set up. But we've officially got everything set up now. There's my feeder. There's my blind back there. So we're good to go now. I'll see y'all this weekend on opening morning.